What if I told you the biggest secret of the royal family wasn't buried in the palace, but hidden in California? She wasn't supposed to talk. Not now. Not ever. Before we continue, please hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the notification bell for updates. But here she was, a woman no one had seen before. Eyes red, voice shaking, clutching a stack of papers so tightly her knuckles turned white. Her first words? "She's my daughter, and I want her back." That sentence, simple, direct, impossible, would send a shockwave through Buckingham Palace, Montecito, and every home that once celebrated the birth of Lilibet Diana Mountbatten-Windsor, a name that rang with royal weight. Now at the center of a scandal darker than anything the crown could ever dream up. Because this wasn't just some troll. This wasn't a conspiracy theorist with a TikTok account. This was a woman with documents, with dates, with DNA, and with a secret that threatened to tear apart what was left of Prince Harry and Meghan Markle's fragile empire. So let me ask you something. What would you do if a stranger showed up, claiming your child was theirs? Would you fight? Would you hide? Would you run? Because Meghan? She didn't just panic. She cracked. And what followed was pure chaos. Now before we go further, let's be clear. This story isn't just about a single woman claiming custody of a child. It's not just about Meghan Markle's alleged lies or the shadowy world of surrogacy arrangements. No, this story is about identity, power, and the dangerous secrets powerful people will do anything to protect. And it starts on a quiet day in June, when the world welcomed a baby girl with a royal name and no royal evidence. The silence around her birth. June 4th, 2021. The Sussexes announced the birth of their second child. A healthy baby girl named Lilibet Diana, a supposed tribute to both Queen Elizabeth and Princess Diana. But unlike Archie's birth, which followed a predictable pattern of royal announcements, photographs, hospital sightings, and proud family members celebrating the event, Lilibet's arrival came with nothing. No hospital records. No official birth certificate released immediately. No photos leaving a hospital wing. Not even a glimpse of Meghan during the final stages of pregnancy. Just a statement. And the questions started piling up. Royal correspondents whispered. Tabloids speculated. But nothing concrete ever emerged. Because anytime anyone got too close, they were hit with silence or lawsuits. Still, one woman didn't stay silent. Not forever. A whisper across the internet. It began with a Reddit post that vanished in minutes. Then a comment on a YouTube livestream. Check the surrogacy files. Lilibet is not hers. But it wasn't until an email leaked to a small, independent journalist, an email signed anonymously as the one who knows, that things truly began to spiral. The email said 3 things. Lilibet was born via surrogacy. Meghan Markle manipulated the birth timeline. The real biological mother was about to speak, and she had proof. Proof? What kind of proof? DNA? Contracts? Photos? No one knew. But the fear inside Meghan's team was instant. And reportedly, her reaction was intense. One of her former staff members, speaking on strict anonymity, claims Meghan locked herself in a room and screamed, "She can't do this." She signed the papers. She signed everything. What did that mean? Was there a deal? A hidden contract? A surrogate silenced with NDAs? Or was it something darker? Why now? Why is this blowing up today? Good question. Because what you're about to hear has been bubbling beneath the surface for over 2 years. People have whispered. Rumors have swirled. But nothing ever stuck, until now. Now, because the woman has broken her silence. Now, because she's filed something in court. Now, because she says her daughter is being used as a royal pawn. And now, because people are finally starting to ask the one question that should have been asked from day one. Where's the proof that Meghan Markle ever gave birth? Not speculation. Not blurry photos. Not suspiciously oversized coats in summer. But proof. If you're thinking, wait, isn't that kind of extreme? Well, that's what makes this so explosive. Because the moment this woman stood up, this so-called real mother, she shattered the fairy tale. The eyes that watched in silence. Imagine watching your child grow up through photos online. Imagine knowing her name, her face, her voice, and being unable to say a word. Now imagine being told you can never speak. That you signed away not only your parental rights, but your right to exist in that child's world at all. Until now. That's the pain this woman claims to have carried. And now, she's done being silent. She's not just talking. She's demanding. Demanding custody. Demanding the truth come out. And demanding the world see what's behind the carefully curated image of Meghan Markle's motherhood. The Meghan Markle image about to shatter? Let's not pretend Meghan Markle hasn't spent years cultivating a very specific image. Mother, wife, victim, warrior. From Oprah interviews to Netflix docuseries, every public appearance has been meticulously crafted to support the narrative that she is a devoted mother who escaped a hostile royal environment for the sake of her children. But what if, and stay with me here, what if that story was built on a foundation of lies? What if the baby held in those Christmas photos wasn't hers to hold? What if the tears on camera were rehearsed? What if the truth was buried beneath NDAs and paid silence? It sounds insane, until you see what this woman claims to have. Until you realize she's not just talking, she's fighting. And the documents? Oh, they're coming. A custody battle that could destroy the monarchy. You heard that right. This isn't just about a celebrity feud. This isn't even just about Meghan. If the real mother of Lilibet Diana has legitimate, documented claims, and if Meghan Markle knowingly passed off a surrogate child as her own, without following legal surrogacy disclosure, the fallout could reach the entire monarchy. Because Lilibet holds a place in the royal line of succession. She has a royal title, princess. If her birth was fraudulent, that title may be revoked, her claim to the throne erased, and the royal family, already on thin ice with the public, will be forced to clean up yet another mess involving the rogue Sussexes. Now here's where it gets darker. Because we're hearing whispers, and you'll see them soon, that Meghan's team is already scrambling, pulling legal favors, threatening gag orders, bracing for the storm. But the woman? She's not backing down. So what's coming in this investigation? In this video, over the next hour, we're going to walk you through who this alleged real mother is, why she's stepping forward now, what she claims Meghan Markle did to deceive her, the secret phone calls that reportedly planned Lilibet's delivery, the DNA envelope the woman kept hidden for 2 years, Meghan's alleged breakdown after receiving court documents, a secret meeting between King Charles, William, and Princess, and about stripping Lilibet's royal title. And yes, the confrontation that left Meghan Markle in tears, saying the words, "They're taking my child, but we're just getting started." Because this woman? She didn't just bring emotion. She brought evidence. And she wants the world to know the truth. A final word before we dive in. Before we begin, ask yourself this. If you knew your child was out there, living someone else's life, under someone else's name, what would you do? Would you fight? Would you risk everything? Would you face down one of the most powerful families in the world and a duchess with bottomless resources? This woman is. And her story starts with a whisper, a folder, and a truth too big to hide any longer. Because if she's right, then Meghan Markle's storybook life, the titles, the legacy, the family image, wasn't built on motherhood. It was built on theft. But what came next would change everything, and no one saw it coming. What if the day a child is born, the world celebrates a ghost? That's what one royal insider whispered. And it wasn't just drama. It was dread. Because on June 4th, 2021, the world received news of a joyous occasion. Meghan Markle and Prince Harry had welcomed their second child, a baby girl they named Lilibet Diana, in honor of both Queen Elizabeth II and the late Princess Diana. But from the moment that announcement hit the press, something felt off. Not loud, not scandalous, just quietly wrong. You felt it. I felt it. The media felt it. Yet no one could quite put their finger on why. Until now. Because when the woman claiming to be Lilibet's real mother stepped forward, she didn't just present herself as a grieving figure demanding truth. She pulled back the curtain on the day Lilibet was born, and what she revealed casts a chilling shadow over every royal statement released since. So let's rewind. Let's go back to the moment it all began. The moment the world welcomed a royal child who, according to some, may not have even been there. The announcement that started the fire. June 6, 2021. 2 days after the alleged birth, Harry and Meghan's Archewell Foundation released a statement. It is with great joy that Prince Harry and Meghan, the Duke and Duchess of Sussex, welcome their daughter, Lilibet Diana Mountbatten-Windsor, to the world. Lily was born on Friday, June 4th at 11:40 a.m. in the trusted care of the doctors and staff at Santa Barbara Cottage Hospital in Santa Barbara, California. That was it. No photo. No footage. No beaming parents holding the newborn outside the hospital. No proud family members racing to see the baby. No traditional easel outside Buckingham Palace. Nothing. And you're telling me a child born eighth in line to the British throne, a child named after the reigning monarch, gets no official announcement? No hospital press call? No first baby photo? No traceable medical confirmation? In the UK, that kind of silence would have been impossible. In America, all you need is a lawyer. So while the world celebrated a baby girl with a name soaked in royal legacy, there were already murmurs behind closed doors. Murmurs that would eventually erupt into a legal and emotional inferno. Where were the photos? When Prince George was born, we got hospital steps. When Princess Charlotte arrived, we got waving crowds and photos. Even little Archie, despite being born under tighter privacy, had at least something. But Lilibet? For weeks, no image, no footage. Not even a passing car window shot. And when Meghan was supposedly pregnant, sharp-eyed observers noticed something even more jarring, a bizarre lack of consistency. One day her baby bump looked full and high. The next? Smaller, lower, sometimes not there at all. Internet sleuths began pointing out strange creases in her dresses, odd belly movements, disappearing curves. Some claimed she was wearing a prosthetic belly. Others said she was using old pregnancy photos to create a timeline. But the moment you questioned it, you were accused of conspiracy. Until now. Because the woman, yes, that woman, the one who says Lillibet is her biological daughter, she says Meghan never gave birth. Not just a hunch. Not just a theory. She says she knows. Because she was there. The woman's account, a parallel reality. Let's call her Rebecca. Not her real name, but close enough to keep the palace sweating. Rebecca claims she was approached in late 2020 via an intermediary representing a high-profile American client. She was offered compensation for participating in a discreet surrogacy arrangement with full confidentiality. No names, no press, just a sealed deal. She'd been a surrogate before. She knew the rules. She'd signed NDAs. But something about this one was different. There was a wall of silence around it. She reportedly told investigators, "I never saw the intended parents." Everything was handled by agents. The embryo transfer was done under extreme secrecy. I was told I'd never be contacted again. She followed the rules. She delivered the baby in early June 2021. But then, something happened. She saw the name, Lilibet Diana, and she froze. Because the name on the documents, the name she never thought she'd hear again, had been selected months earlier. It matched. She knew. And that was the moment she realized. The baby she carried for 9 months wasn't going to a wealthy American family. It was going to Meghan Markle. The delivery that didn't happen. Or did it? Let's talk about Santa Barbara Cottage Hospital. It's been named in official announcements as Lilibet's place of birth. But the hospital, known for its tight privacy, hasn't confirmed anything. There are no staff photos. No hallway sightings. No staff leaks. No records filed publicly. Multiple journalists filed FOIA requests and inquiries. None were answered. So either the hospital has a non-disclosure so tight it rivals the CIA, or the story we've been told is fiction. According to Rebecca, she did not deliver at Santa Barbara Cottage Hospital. She claimed she was taken to an undisclosed private birthing facility several miles outside Los Angeles, a place not even officially listed on maps. She remembers signing the final waiver, handing the child over, and watching the door close. She thought that was the end, until the baby appeared in the news, with her name, and Meghan Markle's face beaming beside it. The missing timeline. Here's where it gets weirder. On June 6th, the Sussexes made the birth announcement. But no official birth certificate appeared until nearly 2 weeks later, June 17th. When it did surface, it was riddled with oddities. Meghan used her full legal name.